In the previous video, we discussed how to create interactive reports using pivot table function. In this video, we will discuss how to create an interactive pivot table chart. To insert a pivot table chart, click on the pivot table, then click on Analyze and select Pivot Chart. We have a list of different charts. We will select the cluster column chart over here. Click OK. So we have the pivot table chart. Now we will do a bit of formatting. So we don't need the y-axis. We can remove the y-axis. We can remove the grid lines. We have a few buttons in the chart. If we don't need them, click on the chart and then click on Analyze, Field Buttons, select Hide All. So we don't have the field buttons anymore. We can also remove the legend. Now to make the chart look better, click on the chart and then select Format Data Series. Reduce the gap width to 50%. It looks better. Now we need to insert the data labels. So right click on the chart and then select Add Data Labels. We have the revenue for each salesperson. This chart now is not an interactive chart. So we have to insert a slicer to make it interactive. To insert a slicer, click on the chart or click on the pivot table, then click on Analyze and then select Insert Slicer. It will ask for various options how we need the pivot table. So we need the revenues by region. So we can select region, click OK. We have the pivot slicer. Now what we can do to produce a report, we can select the cells and then change the color of the cells. So we can go to Home, Fill a gray shading, light gray shading. We can also give borders. So to give the borders, we can go to borders and then take outside borders. So we have the background ready. Now to change the color of the chart, to make it same as background, we can click on the chart, go to Format, Shape Fill, No Fill, and then Shape Outline, No Outline. So we have the chart ready. Now, if we click on the slicer, the data changes automatically based on the region selected. Notice one thing, the data is sorted in a descending order. In case we want to show the chart in ascending order, click on the data, right click and then choose sort, and we can say smallest to largest. So once we select smallest to largest, we get the data in ascending order. This slicer is the default slicer. So if we want to change the formatting of the slicer, go to Options. Here we have different options. So we have a gray background. We can change the slicer to gray. Now, if we want to change the color of the slicer, again, go to Options. Click on the format chosen, right click, and then select Duplicate. We can name it to Pivot Chart Slicer, and then click on Format. Here it asks for border, so we don't need a border, so we'll click on None. For fill, we'll choose the same color. So we choose the gray color, click OK, then OK. So once we move out of the slicer, we see that the format doesn't change. So what we need to do is again click on the slicer, go to Options, and then select the slicer which we have just formatted. So we have a slicer with the similar background. So if we click on the slicer, we get an interactive chart. One option which we also have is to click to choose the slicer button. So if we want a slicer in two columns to occupy less space, or we want a slicer like this, we can expand it. So we have a slicer in a horizontal format. We can place it at the top of the chart. This doesn't look good to me now, so we'll move back to the original format. So we move back to this, expand the slicer a bit. This is how we can create interactive pivot charts with the help of a pivot table and a slicer. Thank you.